Okay, now the course recording style. So first, go to the MyLab IT course materials, like what we did before from previous week. So you will get here. Okay. After that, last time we did chapter 1. This time we will do chapter 2. Okay, you'll see here, right? In the previous week, we don't have this one. We don't have the second notebook one. We know the training. We've learned the training from previous week, and we know the simulation exam because you guys did homework on chapter 1 of this one. And today we will learn what is this. This is called a grader project. So the grader project is different from the simulation. Simulation, you see, we are working in a fake environment, right? That's not a real Excel, a fake Excel. Just play that on the page, and you will get your score immediately after you submit it. And this part is called a simulation exam. Oh, sorry, a grader project exam. So the thing is, you need to work based on the instruction in your Excel, the upload back, right? Which means everything is a true environment, your Excel, your workbook. Then you finish the jobs, send it back. Okay, so we have two sections here. One is says hands-on exercise. I will lead you to go through whole process for this one, and this one was due again, right? Many students asked before, where is the assignment? Previous week we have the simulation exam, but this week we need to do this part. Okay, every week, every chapter, you just go to check which one has due. That one is mandatory. For others, you can choose whether you want to do or not. Okay, it's not mandatory. So only thing for this chapter to get a 1% mark is finish this one. I won't go through every detail for this one, but I will post only for this week. Only for this week. In the case you are still not familiar with this environment, this work. For this week, I will post the answer video for the assignment tonight on my video, on my YouTube video. Okay, so if this is a first, it's the first class. I didn't share the link for my YouTube here. If you haven't subscribed my channel here, I will post every course, every live course content on YouTube. And for this assignment, I will post the answer key on that channel as well, right? I suggest you just if you come here, just click on subscribe, and you will get the update for that. Okay. So, but it's okay if you can solve that yourself. I think after we go through the hands-on exercise, you will have enough knowledge to finish the assignment too. Okay, so let's start the hands-on exercise. Oh, jeez. Okay, I cannot open that. And I talk with the professor. So this is you click on the hands-on. Don't click on the one with due. Just click on hands-on. Because my problem is I've tried twice and I talk with the professor. It says if you attempt 2, you cannot attempt more. That's a problem for me. So, but you will get similar page like mine. Okay, just click on the hands-on exercise. You'll get here. and download materials. Okay. There are two files. One is doc. The name may be different from yours. That one is doc file, docx file. Another one is xlsx file. You need both. You need both. You can download all, but my recommendation is download the one by one. Download the one by one. Okay, because this is a different file for me. I don't want to download it. You can download them. Better way is to download individually. Okay, just click on that. Click on that, you will download. And after you download, you will get two files. So one is called something like your name, right? Something like your name. Like for me, it's Dai, right? For yours is your last name, and with Excel chapter 2, right? Excel chapter 2. One is a Word file. You can open the Word file first, right? The Word file looks like this. Okay. If you cannot open that, please let me know. Okay, it's important. This is the Word file. The Word file is similar to the previous simulation. You have a sidebar there, tell you what you need to do, and this Word file also tells you what you need to do on the file, Excel file you've downloaded. Okay, so let's open the Excel file as well. This one. So first, this is question 1 is just download the file. You don't need to worry about that. And just make sure your name, right? It already added your name, so you don't have to do that, right? You don't have to do that. Make sure the name is your name. And click on cell B2. Cell B2. No problem. So can you follow us, Erica? Okay, let's still need to continue here. So B2, which is cell B, column B, row 2, right here, and it says click date and time in the function library group. So we need to find first we need to enable editing, right? By default, if you download a file from internet, it won't allow you to edit that. So let's enable that. Then the function library is called formulas. Formulas in the Excel panel, and it wants some data and time. Data and time is here, right? Select now. Okay, and press enter. This function equal to now gives you the daytime for now. Okay, and every time you run this cell, it will change. It will change to the time for now. For example, you do that 1 hour later, it becomes 10. But now it's 9. Okay, just let you understand. This is called function. If you have no idea what it is, it's called function. And Nicholas, do you still have a question? I see your hands up.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to put it down.
No problem. Click on D9. D9. Okay. This question 3. On the formula tab, click logic in the function library and select if. Logical if. Okay, logical if. That's a dialog box like this, and just type what it asks to do, right? It says C9 less than $B $6 and logic type B9 times $B $4 and B9 times $B $5. Okay, and click on OK. Use your handle to drag down to D9. Okay, but first let's finish this function with this setting. And the B9 means column B, row 9, and the $sign means absolute reference. Without the $sign, it's called relative reference. I will show you shortly. So first, finish this function, and it asks you to drag it down, right? Drag it down to the column. Down. Choose without formatting. Okay, we want to keep the formatting. So this will fill the formula down one by one. But why we have the $sign and without $sign here? The reason is, if you double click, you can see the color, right? You can see the color. Blue one is this one, and the red one is that one, and the green one is here, right? The B9 is here. So when we drag it down, think about this procedure. When we drag this cell down, we have a lot of reference here. We want these two reference follow us to go down, right? When we drag it down, for example, let's say this cell, right? We want these two cells, house cost and the credit score, go down when our actual cell goes down, right? Result cell goes down. We want this one follow us, but we don't want the list reference follow us because this is in fixed table, right? We want these 3 cells don't move. We want these 2 cells move, right? That's why we want $sign to tell the computer don't change this reference when I drag it down, but please change the purple one and the blue one when we drag it down. So that gives you benefit. You don't have to go back to type the formula again, right? So sometimes we want it to go follow us. Sometimes we don't want to follow us. So to know that only depends on how the data is structured. Okay. If the data wants you, if you look at the data, if you want to go down, you just don't use the $sign. If you don't want it to move, use the $sign. Okay. So that's why we need an absolute reference and relative reference. Let's try this one. For example, let's go back to the D9, right? We double click in the cell, and we remove the $sign. We remove the $sign. We remove all the $signs here. We change that to all absolute reference to see what will happen. Okay, then we drag it down. Okay, see the number change. The reason number change, let's look at the second cell, right? These 2 cells goes down as what we want. However, the top bar, right? The top bar, the fixed box also goes down. That's what we don't want. We don't want, right? Previously, we have the risk down payment percent as 5%, and now you are saying that's 450. That's how we get this big number. And look at this 0. Sorry, see? If you use this 0, we get nothing here because all those just shift to a very strange cell. Okay. We need to change that back. That's another way to add $sign quickly. If you highlight the cell you want to freeze, you just use the key F4 key on top of your keyboard, F4, right? You can change that easily. Okay, change the oh no. So change the anything not start with 9, right? Then we drag it down. Okay, without formatting. Okay, that's the basic for this one. Let's go just. I've already changed the color here. Okay. So that's question 3, and I told you what is absolute reference and the relative reference. It's okay if you don't understand that fully. The problem is you will need to do the formula again. You don't want to do that. For example, here we have 20 cells. If you don't know this trick, you will do that 20 times. Otherwise, you get the wrong result. Okay. Question 4. Let's go to the E9. The E9 type just as follow, right? This is all relative reference. So B9 minus B9 divided by B9. Okay. Every time B means column, 9 means row, right? Excel will show you where the file is referenced. Right? It's use the difference divided by the cost, the percentage of the down payment. Okay. Then we just and one more thing is for here, if you input that in the formula, it doesn't care about your lowercase and uppercase. However, if it's a result in the machine, it will care about that. Formula is okay. Drag it down without formatting. Okay, this one's easy. Right? B9 minus 10. Okay, let's do the rest. This one, F9, right? F9, we want B9, B9 minus D9. Yeah. Without formatting. Okay, this one. Oh, this one asks for control and enter. Just do control and enter. So, a little bit same, right? It's same result. Okay. G9 is another function called VLOOKUP. Right, VLOOKUP function. In the function library, lookup reference. So type. So first, let's go to the formulas. Maybe we need to zoom in out to see the lookup. Right, lookup reference here. Lookup reference here, and find VLOOKUP. Okay, find VLOOKUP. In the VLOOKUP, it asks for 4 inputs. One is lookup value. This is what I look at. So the first one is C9. Right, C9, which is credit score, and then it asks for array. Array means a table. D4 to E6, and it wants the absolute reference E6, and use F4 to add the $sign here. Okay. And type 2 in the column index, column 2. Then click OK. The last one is called how do you want to look up, right? Whether you want exact same or just find the nearest one. By default, it's find the nearest one. We will talk about that later again in next week. But for here, just understand to this one is look up this C9 in this table. I'll show you here. So it look up this credit score, right? This guy has a credit score 382, and it will find that within this credit APR relationship, right? String 82 is between the 100 and the 600. So the result is 8%. 8% from here, because it will go to find the nearest lower one, which is 100 here. There's no string 82 in this table. It goes to find the one smaller than that, okay? Smaller than that, the nearest one smaller than that. That's how the VLOOKUP find, right? Drag it down without format. That's VLOOKUP. We will use that again, right? I think I have to explain that later again. If you cannot fully understand it for here, it's okay. We have the training and some material on that as well, so you can check that. But for now, let's finish this greater project first. The age. Now we are at here. Drag it down. With the range G, with range G9 and G28, G9 to G28. You can also see the row number on the very left, right? G9 to G28. On the Home tab, in the number group, insert decimal twice. Okay, Home tab. Still cannot see here. Just make it bigger. Decimal, right? Number. You want to increase the decimal. Another easy way is right click, increase decimal. They're the same, right? You see the sign is the same. But we do as what it asks you. For here, it's okay if you do differently, only if you have the same result. The reason for that is if you don't have that, you see this one is 7%, right? Actually, it's 6.5. So you want to increase the decimal here. It's basic math. I don't want to explain that. So that's how you finish question 8. Now we go to the question J. It's easy one. Increase the decimal by twice. Just this time, let's do another way. Right click, increase decimal twice. Okay. So otherwise, it becomes all 1%. Okay, that's the question 8. Now in the J9, we use I9 times 12. So get how many miles? Right, I9 times 12. Drag it down. Result formatted. Okay, this is years times 12, which how many miles? How many miles? Okay, in the question 10. Question 10 is asking for K9. Use the formula types, financial, PMT, okay? First, let's find the formula here. Formulas, I guess we cannot see that again. Financial, and find PMT. PMT here, okay? Let's make it so PMT here. It asks for rate, right? For rate. So what we are doing here is use the H9 here, right? The rate for the person here, H9. You can click on H9 or you can type H9. It's the same. Okay. The easiest way is just to type and J9. But in a real production environment, the high chance you will get click instead of type. right? Because you don't want to look at which cell, which column it is. The easiest way would be just click on the F9, right? And plus magnet and negative sign. And future value, it doesn't recur for future value. Okay, it's done, right? H9, J9 minus F9. Okay, it's done. Right? And you use field handle option without formatting, the same, exact same. Okay, almost done. Need a few. The K29. The K, where's the K? Oh, the last column, K29 here. The K29, it wants Alt plus Enter. Just use your keyboard, Alt plus equal, right? What does it do? This is just a quick way, a shortcut for sum anything just above that, okay? If you put it here, it will sum this column. But if you put under the left, it will smart enough to calculate the row. Okay, so this is just an easier way for you to calculate the sum. If it's like this, just use Alt plus Enter plus equal. Okay, and the B33, which is B32, sorry, B32 equal to count this range, count A9 to A28 equal to A9 colon A28. Okay, you can see while you're typing, it's choosing this range. Just count that. Right, this is a very easy formula here. Just count how many cells here. This is 20. And B33 use mean K9 to K28. Okay, this one equal to mean. So you can see when you type the name of the formula, you don't have to look up in the formula panel. If you know the name or if you know part of name, you can just easily find that. Okay, K9 to K28. Okay, right, correct. K9 to K28. Okay, then we have a B34 for max, right? It's same thing. It's almost same thing. Right, so equal to max. Let's just type 9 colon K28. Sure you don't have mistake while you're typing. Okay. B36 is median, right? We just finish that quickly. There's nothing more to talk about here. Just finish the work. Okay. Last thing we need to talk about is it wants to create a footer. Footer means when you print the table out, it will add something on the bottom, right? On the bottom. So by default, there's nothing there. How do you do that? Is you go to the page layout, right? That's a page setup. Page setup. See that here? Page setup. That's a tiny icon on the corner. Tiny icon on the corner, right? Click on that. Again, here, page layout, page layout, page setup. There's a tiny icon here. See that? See it? Click that. And here, there's a header and a footer. Header and a footer. Okay. Custom footer, right? We want a footer. Okay. Here you shows you string part, which is the same thing as your print, the printed sheet. It's the left, middle, and the right. So in the left side, it wants your name. So for me, I put Zach here. For you, you can put anything, not anything, your name here. And in the middle, it asks for the sheet name code, right? Sheet name code. So where to find sheet name code? You just look at however these icons, you will find sheet name is here, right? It looks like a sheet, like a spreadsheet. Here, click on that. Okay. In the right side, you want the file name. So do the same thing. This one, it looks like file name, right? If you don't know, it's okay. Just however, move your mouse and stop there, right? It will show you what is due, insert file name, okay? Once we get add square bracket file, it's okay. Then okay. Finally, let's oh, I think I missed one. Here, max. This is average, right? I missed the average here. Sorry. Medium. Okay. Make sure that all those has number. Okay. All those has number. And then what you need to do is save it. Right? Save it. And close it. Make sure you have saved it. Okay. If you're not sure where the file it is, you can use file, save as, list PC to find a place right? For example, let's say the desktop, right? You can choose. If you know the file where it is, you just save. If you don't know, you just save as to a place you want. This one is useful when you do the lab test. Some students just download the file and don't know where the file is. Okay, this one will help you to save you some time. Okay, save. Okay, now we finish this thing, but don't forget, you need to go back because you are doing everything on your laptop. And the last thing is go to the list assignment game. If you still leave that open, you don't have to do that. You don't worry to open this panel too many times. It's okay. It only thing is the submitting, right? If you don't submit it, it doesn't count. Only when you submit. So for me, I want to choose a file. Choose a file, because for me this is the wrong place. For you, you should be in the right place. Okay. Choose the file. For example, let's say I save that to the desktop. Desktop is Erica. I have to rename that, right? But for you, you don't have to. So for example, say Zach. Okay. Did I close it? Okay. Zach, open that. Then upload. And submit for grading. Okay. For me, if I submit, I get a 0 because it's the wrong file. Right? It is a wrong file. But for you, you will get right because you are right at the right place. Submit for grading. Close assignment. Sometimes it doesn't work. This button for me doesn't work. So just close this page, and go back to your course material page. Refresh it. You will get 100% in the hands-on, right? If you submit here, if I submit here, I should get 100% as before. And if you made some mistake, right? For example, let's say mine. If you made some mistake and you want to know, right? Because you want to know what you did wrong. Right? Even I changed the attempts to 99 times, you may still get trouble because you don't want to waste too much time on submit that again, right? So the way you check what you did wrong is click on this cell, view submission, the 3 dot, okay? The 3 dot on the part, and view submission, it will list you all the trials you did before. For this one, I just get 1 because I just submitted once. Okay, it's 4%, right? Click on that. And it will list all items. List all items, right? This table is same as your Word assignment, and each of those, right? If it shows red, which means you did wrong, you can expand that. The detailed information, right? In cell B2 of the sheet class ring, the formula not set to today, right? It gives you the answer directly. In most scenarios, sometimes not, right? And sometimes it has more than one instruction, right? Sometimes there's the result. The result is not 400, and the formula is not what, right? So you need to fix first. You need to fix the formula, and you need also to check the number. The reason for that is that sometimes your formula is right, but because you have error on other cell previous step, you may get wrong number here. And sometimes it's opposite. You get a right number, however, you use the wrong formula. For example, let's say if I know it's 400, right? I know this one is 400. I just type 400 in that cell. So you get only 2.8 points, right, out of 14. So the most important is the formula, right? If the formula is right, you get most of the mark. If the number is right, you get the rest of them, right? So it tells you very clear what is the problem and how much for each arrow. Okay, so this is the grader project, right? If you did everything right, you will get just like you did before. So you get 100%, or you don't need 100% to pass this assignment. You need to get at least 70%, right? 70%. You need to get 70% to pass. If it says pass, don't worry about that, right? This one should be 70%. Okay, so if you have more than one submission, you will see, right? This one and that one. You can click on each of those, right? There's a time here. Here. You can find the latest. Okay, so that's all for today. Any question?